Sagittarians, you are born conquerors, tireless explorers and daring pioneers in the professional field. Your energy and enthusiasm can conquer any peak. But have you ever thought that one wrong step, one rash decision made in a hurry, can jeopardize all your achievements, so carefully built over the years? Maybe now you feel yourself standing at a crossroads, feeling the wind of change ruffling the sails of your career, and any movement forward seems fraught with unpredictable consequences. This is not surprising, because the stars are whispering about the approaching day that will require you, dear Sagittarians, to be especially careful and attentive. October 25, 2024 is a date marked by a tense astrological aspect, the square of Mars and Saturn. This celestial dance can create a sense of pressure and uncertainty, especially in the sphere of your professional activities. But there's no need to despair. Even the most challenging astrological configurations carry challenges as well as opportunities. Think of the square as a storm that can break a fragile ship, but also temper the spirit of an experienced sailor. Immerse yourself in the astrological context. Unlocking the mysteries of the Mars-Saturn square. On October 25, 2024, an exciting drama will play out on the celestial stage, the square of Mars and Saturn. This astrological event, like a powerful storm front, can bring with it tension and challenges, especially in the realm of career and professional growth. Let us, like experienced astrologers, understand the nature of this phenomenon and analyze how it can affect us Earthlings, and especially the fiery, indomitable Sagittarians. Imagine Mars, the flaming red planet, a symbol of energy, action, romance and the desire to win. Mars is a warrior who boldly goes forward without fear of obstacles. Now imagine Saturn, a majestic giant with icy rings, symbolizing restrictions, discipline, responsibility and the need to follow rules. Saturn is a wise mentor who teaches us patience and perseverance. When these two powerful, contrasting planets square each other, a tense 90-degree aspect, their energies collide like two irreconcilable elements. Imagine the meeting of fire and ice, volcano and glacier. Inside us, as if on the battlefield, fight the desire for active action and the need to restrain their impulses, the desire for quick results and understanding that to achieve the goal requires time, effort and systematic work. This internal conflict, provoked by the square of Mars and Saturn, can manifest itself in various forms. Increased irritability and impatience. You may feel like a trapped tiger that is raring to break free. You may be irritated by any delays, obstacles and slowness of others. Impulsive tendencies. Under the influence of Mars, you may act impulsively without thinking through the consequences. This can lead to mistakes, conflicts and regrets. Feelings of frustration and powerlessness. When your energetic actions run up against the wall of limitations that Saturn symbolizes, you may feel frustrated, powerless, and even depressed. For Sagittarians, a sign that is active, driven, loves freedom and is not used to restrictions, the square of Mars and Saturn can be particularly sensitive. Your fiery nature will rebel against Saturnian shackles. You may encounter the following difficulties. Unexpected obstacles to your goals, your plans may be disrupted, projects may stall, and achieving what you want may be delayed. Dissatisfaction from your superiors or co-workers, your directness, impatience and unwillingness to obey rules may cause conflicts with others. A drop in energy and motivation, you may feel tired, frustrated and lose interest in your work. Internal conflict between the desire to act and the need to limit yourself, you will be torn between the desire for freedom and the need for discipline. Potential career hazards for Sagittarians, navigating a stormy sea. Mars and Saturn square each other, an aspect that requires special vigilance in the realm of work. Imagine a navigator who has to steer his ship through a storm. He needs to be extremely focused, cautious, and skillful so that he doesn't crash on the rocks and lose his course. Here are some of the pitfalls you may encounter on your professional path on October 25. Conflicts at work. Increased irritability and impatience caused by the square may provoke quarrels with colleagues and superiors. Your directness and desire to defend your point of view may be perceived by others as aggression. For example, you may not hold back and sharply express your opinion to your boss, which will lead to conflict. Or you may get into an argument with a colleague over different approaches to a task. Errors and blunders, haste and inattention, generated by the square, can lead to serious errors in work. You may miss important details, make a misstep in calculations, or misinterpret instructions. For example, you could send an important letter to the wrong recipient, make a mistake on a financial report, or misunderstand a client's assignment. Unsuccessful negotiations and deals. This day is not favorable for important business meetings, signing contracts, and making serious decisions. The square of planets can create an atmosphere of misunderstanding, mistrust and confrontation. For example, your negotiating partners may take a tough stance, you may not be able to agree on the terms of a contract, or your presentation of a new project may go poorly. Problems with self-discipline and motivation. You may find it difficult to concentrate on your work, and you may feel the urge to drop everything and put things off until later. The energy of Mars will not be directed toward constructive activity, but toward fighting the limitations symbolized by Saturn. For example, you may be constantly distracted by extraneous matters, procrastinating and unable to force yourself to accomplish an important task. Storm control. Although squaring Mars and Saturn sounds formidable, you shouldn't panic. By being aware of the potential difficulties, you can prepare for them and even use the energy of this aspect to your advantage. Imagine an experienced captain who skillfully guides his ship through a storm using the power of the wind and waves. He knows how to set the sail so that the wind helps him move forward, not blows him off course. Here are some tips to help you navigate the storm of a Mars and Saturn square. Caution and deliberation. Make decisions thoughtfully, don't rush or act under the influence of emotion. Before you say or do anything, ask yourself, what are the consequences of my actions? For example, if you feel yourself getting angry with a colleague, pause, take a deep breath and try to calmly explain your position. Avoid conflict, be patient and reserved in your interactions with others. Try to understand their point of view, even if it differs from yours. Seek compromise and avoid arguments that could escalate into conflict. For example, if your boss criticizes your work, do not immediately start to argue and defend yourself. Listen carefully to his comments, try to understand what he does not like, and offer options for solving the problem. Check your work carefully, do not make mistakes because of inattention. Be attentive to details, reread documents, check calculations, and make sure you understand everything correctly. For example, before you send an important letter, carefully reread it several times and make sure there are no mistakes and it is addressed to the right person. Postpone important matters. If possible, postpone negotiations, signing documents and other important tasks to a more favorable day. Mars square Saturn is not the best time to make important decisions, as you may be too emotional and impatient. Use the day to analyze and plan. The Saturn square will help you look at your projects more realistically, identify weaknesses and plan for future action. This is a good time to analyze your mistakes, learn from them and develop better strategies. For example, you can make a list of your current projects, assess their progress, identify problems and outline concrete steps to solve them. Engage in self-development. This is a good time to study, improve your skills, and work on your professional skills. Saturn favors those who strive for self-improvement and are willing to put in the effort to achieve their goals. For example, you can take an online course in your specialty, read professional literature, or attend a seminar. Remember that the square is not a verdict, but an opportunity to show your best qualities, willpower, responsibility, patience and desire for self-improvement. Use this period to temper your character and become stronger. Imagine a blacksmith tempering metal in a fire to make it stronger and more flexible. Positive attitude, strength in overcoming. Even during the most difficult period, it is important to remain optimistic and believe in yourself. Any hardship is an opportunity for growth and development. Imagine a mountain climber overcoming a difficult ascent to the top. The more difficult the path, the more satisfaction he feels when he reaches the goal. Sagittarians are a strong and purposeful sign, capable of overcoming any obstacle on the way to their dreams. Your fiery energy, optimism and belief in yourself will help you cope with any difficulties. Do not be afraid of trials, take them as a challenge that will help you to become even stronger and more successful. Believe in yourself, in your strength, and remember that after the darkest night always comes the dawn. Use affirmations to keep you positive. I am a strong and confident person. I am capable of overcoming any difficulties. I will achieve my goals. I believe in myself and my future. Remember that you are the creator of your own destiny. And even when Mars and Saturn square each other, you can choose the path of growth, development and victory. Toward the future with wisdom and confidence. So, dear Sagittarians, October 25th, 2024 is a day that, like a mountain pass, will require your maximum focus, attention, and endurance. The square of Mars and Saturn can create a sense of tension and uncertainty, but remember, you are not alone in this journey. The stars not only warn you of possible challenges, but also suggest a way to overcome them. Following the advice of an astrologer, you will be able to deftly maneuver between pitfalls, avoid unnecessary conflicts and mistakes, and preserve your energy and motivation. Take advantage of this day to analyze your goals, plans and strategies, strengthen your discipline and focus on self-development. Remember that squaring Mars and Saturn is as much a challenge as it is an opportunity for growth. By overcoming challenges, you temper your character, develop willpower, and become wiser. Imagine a diamond that gets its brilliant cut through pressure and polishing. Believe in yourself, in your strength and in your lucky star. You are Sagittarius, the sign of winners and discoverers. And even in the period of astrological storms, you are able to achieve success in any situation. Let the square of Mars and Saturn be not an obstacle, but a springboard to new heights.